Alright guys, something a little bit different here. We got a full tournament vid going on, and the format was roulette tournament. So here's my roulette team. I got an Azumarill, he's got a Charizard. So obviously I'm hoping that he's going to switch out due to fearing Aqua Jet. Because of that, I'm going to go right for Double Edge, and I believe they're the same base power anyway. So it's just a matter of do I want to take Earthquake or not. Apparently taking Earthquake wasn't too big of a deal. I lose more hit points from the recoil than I do from him hitting me. So not too big of a deal. Kind of stinks, but at the same time, this guy's really just for Aqua Jetting anyway. So, now this is tough because I don't want him to get a sub, but I don't obviously want to lose my guy either. I look at my team and I realize I have 3 special walls. So I'm just going to switch because I'm not afraid of this guy whatsoever. I've got Bliss, he Thunderbolts. Meh! No big deal. Bliss is like, lol, pwned. And we're just going to go on from there. I believe I go with the Thunder Wave. Yep, I go with the Thunder Wave even if he's subbed, just because it's Bliss, so I really don't care. And getting that thing T-Waved is pretty sweet. So I do have a few ways around him, so it's not the biggest deal in the world, really. But I'm just going to go out to Tentacruel right now. And unfortunately he T-Punches, which is an amazing move on his part. But I know I can survive another one because it did just barely under half. So I'm going to go with 1 layer of spikes, of T-Spikes right now, I believe, is what I do. And I'll finish them off with the Surf after that. So yep, I get up 1 layer of Toxic Spikes, trying to, I figure if I got 3 special walls, I'm going to need something up. And I don't think I've ever fought one of those things before, so I'm not too positive on what it wants to do. Kitty, oh great, now I have a cat attacking me. So, cat, I'm trying to win a competition to the death. But, what do? Oh, that's right. I switch out here, and hopefully I can scare it away with the grass move, which is kind of what I'm thinking. And I believe I go right for Leech Seed, but he protects, which is good on his part because it messes up my brain to the max. I start trying to predict that protect left and right, and he's just gonna crab hammer me until one of us is dead. So it worked out great for him. So I set up my Stealth Rock now. So that he'll go, wait, he set up Stealth Rock on a non-protect turn. What's he going to do now? And maybe protect, and I'll set something up. So I just go with Amnesia, thinking maybe he'll switch. But he's not switching off of Crabhammer. So maybe he's thinking I don't have a grass move. Maybe he's thinking I've got Earthquake. Or maybe he's just, I don't know. So there was Leech Seed, but at this point it was kind of futile. So I'm just going to hit him with Woodhammer and kill him now, making this whole gig a total waste of time. But that's what I'm going to end up doing. So it's like, well, that was dumb. So Woodhammer hits him, kills him, and I'm pretty much out of HP at this point. I really could have saved, half of my damage if I just killed him from the start. But meh, whatever. I guess it is my lone quote-unquote physical wall, but I should be okay. So, because I know he's got, obviously, this guy still, which I'm not afraid of. And I do have 1 layer of Toxic Spikes up, so... And I still have a couple pretty decent sweepers too. Let's not forget that. I've got a couple decent sweepers. So I just let this guy die. I'll force him to use Substitute instead, and just in case. So that way, how do I explain that? Okay, I'll force him to kill me instead of use Substitute by going for an attack move, which he did. So this way, I come in for free. And now here, I think it's it's a Curslax. I got a bunch of Snorlaxes this roulette tournament, so I forget which one's which now. But I know I'm not afraid of his damage. I'm going to get 1 curse up, and then because Blaziken's still around, I don't know how that's going to plan out with speed, so I'm just going to kill him now. He goes with Calm Mind, thinking I'm going to curse, and he wants to get some extra power. But at that point, getting just 1 Calm Mind, 2 Thunderbolts is going to be stronger. So whatever, it worked out really well. I kind of confused his brain a little bit there with that. And in comes Blaziken now. So again, I don't know if I'm going to be faster or not, because I'm Snorlax and I've got Curse, but he is paralyzed, so I'm going to go right to Tentacruel again, because I know I can survive another Thunder Punch, which he probably won't even go for this time. So, and now I can get my 2nd layer up, which I believe is what I do. I'm not positive. I might even just leave it at 1. Yeah, Surf. I Surf him to get rid of it. I just leave him at 1 layer. The only thing that really makes a difference is if there's a wall that can recover his hit points. Otherwise, it's honestly better to have just 1 layer. So it's in a few rare cases. So anyway, Gliscor comes in, which I'm just going to be able to Ice Beam that to death. And he's going to have 1 guy to try and take out my team with, which it's not going to happen. So I got some pretty good guys left, even though it's not really a good mix for a team. Individually, they're pretty good guys. So Poliwrath comes in, it's poisoned, and I could really just sit in here and deal some damage, but I'm going to try and speed things up a little bit since it's going to resist my attacks. I'm going to go out to a Moltres, and I'll Air Slash it, and it should be dead by then. So that's what I do. He misses a Hypnosis, which no big deal because it's like 5-on-1 right now, so it just makes it, or prevents it from going slower, really, is all it does. So I'll Air Slash him. It's surprisingly not going to kill him, but the poison will. So that's going to be the end of the first roulette, and I'm going to move on to the second round. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Ooh, check me out. What game is that from, guys? It's like a totally LOL's character. Anyway, got a few different people online. It's been a while since that's happened to me. But first round was against MonkeyMan. Second round is against SexyMilotic. So let's go. He's got a Fearow. Alright, so my first thought was, honestly, well, let's see, at this point, what was I thinking at this point? I don't remember what I was thinking at this point, so I just went for Psychic. He Feather Danced me, which, 1, is hilarious because of Clear Body, and 2, hilarious because it's a special Metagross, so it doesn't even matter that it didn't work. So, whatever. At this point now, though, he's at super low HP, and I'm honestly thinking Fear. I'm really expecting Endeavor to be coming. I don't know if it was because I was thinking it's a lead Fearow, even though it's roulette, so it may or may not supposed to be a lead. So I really don't even know. But I went out to Arcanine because he's got a Choice Band, Extreme Speed, and I figured he's kind of my most worthless on this team. But I got a really sick team on this skip battle anyway. Like, I would use this team legit. Like, I would go to some dude and be like, let's play, and I would bring this team. So I'm also not too worried if I have to lose a guy to Fearow. So in comes this guy, whom I know they're usually special walls, and they curse up. Or at least that's the most common that I've seen. So I'm tempted to go for a Flare Blitz, but I'm just going to go right back to Metagross because of super effective and dodging the Poison Stab, which I know that's kind of an obvious move, but I figured it's still solid, and it'll force him to do something. I don't know if it can pack Earthquake, so I go for Hidden Power, predicting his switch to something. And thankfully, he went for a Focus Punch, maybe predicting me to switch, predicting him to switch? I don't know. That's pretty intense. But that's what he did. So now he withdraws, goes to Torterra, which, excuse me, God, I'm like shivering because it's cold. I just woke up, and I don't know what else is going on. So I get a lame crit. It definitely sucks. But we figured out at the end that my speed was faster, and I would have blown up that turn had I not killed him, or maybe gone for a second Psychic, depending on what his HP was at. But it ended up not being a deal because I was faster, but it's definitely kind of lame to see. So in comes a Vespiquen, another thing that I have no idea what it can do, but I'm pretty sure I remember reading one day that it can't really do a whole lot. So I go for another Hidden Power, and he's protecting, and I'm getting Life Orb recoil on myself and all that jazz. I don't think I can survive a Double Edge at this point, or an Aqua Jet at this point. So I think I go to a Fortress to take it. I didn't even know that thing could learn Superpower, but because it just Superpowered, I'm really not afraid of its offensiveness. So I'm going to set up a Stealth Rock first. He does have Muck, so Toxic Spikes is silly. And I'm just going to Gyro Ball this guy. Wait! I'm not going to Gyro Ball this guy because I don't have it. I thought I did, so that's really, really bad. That forces me to switch over to Snorlax. And unfortunately, he does, of course, get up a Substitute, which sucks! So, this is a Rest Talk Lax, I believe. But since he's got a sub, I'm just going to try and take this sub out. So, I think I've got a couple guys that can deal with Gengar. I don't remember exactly what's on this team anymore, but seeing that it's going to need Focus Punch to kill me, I'm pretty confident in just sitting in here with Thunder Punches, knowing it's going to do a ton to him anyway. So I'm just going to sit in here with that, see what it is he wants to do. I am a special wall. He probably doesn't have any other physical moves, so I think I might even be doing okay in this regard. So despite the fact that it is Rest Talk, I don't want to rest because he's got Sub and Focus Punch. I don't want to miss, the Sleep Talk or whatever and not get a move and have it pick Rest. So he goes for another Sub, which is great because it's just more damage against him so that something else can hurt him with later. So no big deal. It's essentially like my Thunder Punch just did 25%. So cool. At this point, he's really thinking some mind games, so he's going to switch out. He's going to go right back to Muck, and at this point, it was, I didn't know if I wanted to start rest talking or not, because I don't want him cursing, so I think I just start going for the beat, I believe. Start body slamming him. If Snorlax does, in fact, go down, then I'll just have Metagross come in and Psychic it to death, so not too worried in that regard, because I know it's not going to outspeed me. So, or not outspeed Metagross, I mean. So, he keeps going with Gunk Shot, though, which would have made it a great turn to bring in Metagross or another Steel type, but whatever. I just kept body slamming, killed it off, whatever. His Gengar is still too afraid to come in on it, and he still has a Vespiquen, which lol. So, anyway, in comes this guy, and I was thinking, I still don't want to rest. I don't think I'm going to survive anyway. If I go to Fortress and I explode and Gengar comes in, I still get to bring in as initiative. And if I go to Fortress and explode, or I don't get a chance to because he dies, then I still get to bring in whatever I want on this thing. So I'm pretty much at this point just expecting to sacrifice a guy for fodder, and that's what I'm going to do. For some reason I didn't want it to be Snorlax, I guess because of Gengar, knowing that it isn't very threatening to him. But I'm just going to bring in Fortress, and he's going to finish it off. No big deal. I really didn't care. I was going to explode if anything else. So I bring in Reefer over here, and I'm going to hope to set up a substitute, but in reality it's not going to matter because I am faster than him. So I get up a free sub. Stealth Rock owns his Vespiquen, and it's pretty much good game at this point. So I don't know. I don't think he's got anything else. I don't remember if it's 2 or 3 guys that he has left. I think he might have... oh yeah, Gengar's still alive. But he switches to Gengar now, and I have a sub, so I'm really not afraid. And Aerial Ace doesn't kill it, whatever, but I still have a sub, so I'm going to kill it now. And I believe Leafeon can just go right through the rest of his guys. I can Aerial Ace his Vespiquen, which is going to take 50% from Stealth Rock on incoming anyway. And then Leaf Blade is Azumarill, so I got a really sick team with these guys. What was it? I had obviously a rest talking special wall. I had 2 physical walls. I had a sweeper on each side. I had something else. Oh yeah, I've got obviously spin and entry hazards, Fortress. I just had a really really sick team for this roulette. It was kind of unfair, but I mean not whatevs. That's how it works. I just wrecked him, I guess, in that regard. So I'm gonna finish off his Vespiquen here. And we're going to go on to round 3, which I mentioned at the start. It was an 8-man tournament. So that means this is the finals, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in the finals, and I'm up against Malk, which is going to be tough because I just got my worst team of the whole roulette tournament right here. So I got a couple physical walls, and I got a couple of really fragile physical sweepers. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we both ironically get legitimate leads, but his has Fake Out and mine is Fragile, so I've got to switch. So I'm thinking, do I want to switch to Gliscor or do I want to switch to Hippo? My Gliscor and Hippo have the exact same 4 moves, but my Gliscor has more defense, so I'm going to go to Gliscor first. So that's what I do. And I also figured, in the case he does run Taunt, he's not going to use Taunt on Gliscor, but he would use Taunt on Hippo, and I want to set up rocks. So I set up rocks. Now, in comes this guy, who I know is going to want to set up rocks himself, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm going to switch out to my Zangoose now. That's right, Zangoose. I don't think I've ever used him before. If you guys have seen me use him, please tell me when, because I don't think I ever have. But he's got a Sash Swords Dance set. So I'm going to go for that Swords Dance right now. Obviously, I know close combat is going to be a big deal. I don't think it'll kill him in this turn. So I don't really want to go for it in that regard because I feel like it'll be futile, fruitless, whatever. So I'm just going to go for the dance. And unfortunately for me, he Rock Slides. I was kind of hoping he'd either explode or just flat out not do an attacking move. But, he kind of did. So that's going to leave an ever obvious close combat coming. Or maybe, I don't know. What do people think Zangoose does? I have no idea. So unfortunately, in comes a Gengar, and it's like, crap! So he's totally useless in the end. However, I don't want Gengar to sub, and I want to force Gengar to try and kill me with something. So I'm going to use Night Slash and force it to kill me, because I do have an Aerodactyl, which is going to take out Gengar, or at least scare it away, I should say. So, unfortunately, his Focus Blast hits, which is going to finish off my guy, and in comes Game Facts. So knowing that Crunch is going to kill and knowing that I'm faster, I'm going to go for Stone Edge because I know that's going to kill as well. So he switches out to Sizer and Stone Edge misses. Oh boy. So I've got a Ninjask, I've got an Aerodactyl, I've got, what else do I have? Obviously the Zangoose. I think there's one more fragile guy I have, and he's got Ambipom and Sizer with Bullet Punch and Fake Out respectively. So that's bad news bears for me. It's not looking pretty in that regard. I do have, obviously, Gliscor, who should be able to handle both of the guys fairly well, but he's got Gengar too. So anyway, I go for Ice Fang, hoping that maybe Gengar will come in, predicting Earthquake. And honestly, I was hoping for Freeze Hacks when I clicked on it, so I get it, and I'm like, sweet! I'm getting some hacks a little bit here. So makes up a little bit for, you know, Focus Blast hits, it's supposed to hit, but it misses so often you feel like it shouldn't miss, or feel like it should miss. And that Stone Edge missing on Sizer really, really hurt. But I got the freeze, there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm just going to stay in here and try Earthquake it before it explodes. Thankfully it stays frozen solid for 2 turns, and I'm going to kill it on the 3rd turn. I thought maybe Gengar would come in on that 3rd turn to dodge Earthquake. Thankfully he didn't. All that turn of freeze got my leftovers HP way back up in the top 2, so that was really, really nice. But if Gengar did come in, what would I have done? I probably would have just stayed in to kill it because I fear it so much. But anyway, I noticed when looking at my stats that this Hippo is actually specially defensively packed, or at least enough where its defense and special defense are pretty close. So that honestly makes it a pretty decent guy to bring in this scenario. So at first I thought he was using Eruption, so I was just going to slack off while Sand killed him. But then he was like, oh man, I didn't burn you. And I'm like, wait, Lava Plume, it's going to burn me. So I decide I have to switch up my moves and kill him instead. Otherwise I had no problem sitting in here for nothing except sand damage. So I get a little bit lucky in the sense that he doesn't burn me, but at the same time it's not really that significant. It would have been some extra damage on me, yes, and it would have been a little bit less damage that I deal, yes, but I'm not going to be able to take advantage of either one of those, especially because I believe Hippo dies right here anyway. So it really doesn't matter. It just looks like, yeah, Focus Blast, he gets a crit, and it therefore completely nullifies the fact that he didn't get a burn. So, because I had no problem just sitting in there all day, slacking off and waiting for Typhlosion to die. So Gengar kills another one of my victims, and I'm going to bring in Aerodactyl again, go for another Stone Edge, and at least now if Gengar switches out from that, he'll be low enough on HP that Ninjask should be able to kill him. So I still have answers to him, but it's just really annoying that I can't finish him off, and I'm running out of guys real quick. So I'm going to have to go for the Stone Edge here. I still have a Magmortar, I believe. Yeah, I've got Magmortar, CB Ninjask, and a Gliscor, I think. So go for Stone Edge. It hits this time, and it almost finishes off Sizer, which is crazy how it does that much. I was not expecting that. Which means that if the first one hit, or hell, even if I went for Crunch and that hit, Sizer would have been dead. So, crazy. I stay in, I take the Bullet Punch and die. I figure that way I'll force him to use it instead of roosting. And just in case, I don't want my Gliscor taking extra damage, because it looks like he's going to have to be the guy to sit here and take everything. So, I go to Nilla Ice right now, so I can get up or I can kill it is essentially what I'm going to do, because I don't want Gliscor to take any extra damage. I don't know what else he has left. In hindsight, I probably should have gone to Gliscor, because this dude is going to take a truckload from Bullet Punch, even though I resist it. So, you know, that's the way it's going to be. Whatever. I finish it off. That's what I get for missing Stone Edge. I lose another guy for it. So I essentially lose 2 guys for it. But, whatever. It's the way it's got to be. So he's going to bring an Ambipom now because of Fake Out, which is the obvious thing in the world. And I can't stay in and take that. So I'm going to have to switch out later and hopefully get one more shot with something with Nilla Ice going on. So I believe I go right back out to Gliscor. Yep, here comes Gliscor. And Fake Out, not too big of a deal. And I think I roost right here because I'm at about half. And I do have Sand Veil. So I know double hit's a 90 base power move, and I know Sand Veil is going to make it a little bit worse. So he does about 120 points. So I'm just going to roost up, and I know that I'm good to go against Ambipom. He's not going to be able to touch me in that regard. So he goes for double hit now. He misses. Sandville for the win. I go for Ice Fang, and I missed. Are you kidding? I missed Ice Fang. So that really sucks. Because not only that, but then he gets a crit, and I didn't roost because I expected I would still be at like 60% with leftovers coming. So now I'm sitting at half hit points, technically less than half hit points. I'm still in yellow, and in comes a Gengar. I'm like, man, I can't take a Shadow Ball or a Sludge Bomb, or who else knows what he's gonna do. I can't stay in there and Ice Beam it. So I go out to this guy just as fodder, and he ends up dying now because of the so. A miss of my Stone Edge and a crit of his double hit ended up costing me like 3 pokes in the end because of what I had to do to compensate for it. So in comes Ninjask, and this is huge. I don't know what his 6th guy is. I don't know. So my options are to Aerial Ace and hope it works against the 6th guy, or to Night Slash and hope that works. It does. It's 20 base power less, but it has a higher crit chance. So that's really what I'm going with. So I'm going to go with Aerial Ace in the end, which works out perfect. I ended up picking the right move. He does have Infernape, but he also mentioned that his Infernape's got 4 physical moves, and my, what the hell do I have? Gliscor probably could have survived his Flare Blitz, so it's really up in the air on who knows what's going to happen. But that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to take it in the finals for the Cup in this 8-man tournament, so I had a lot of fun with this. It was roulette tournaments was a blast. And I had some pretty good guys all the way around, but I come out on top in this one. So thanks for playing, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.